What's the mindset here with 27 games left to be played, and where obviously you're looking up into the standings to come out, work hard each and every day, and provide the home fans, at least for 18 of those games, a really good product?
Yeah, that's the thing is we got a game tomorrow. We want to win. We want to play every game hard. We want to play. We talked about today with structure. That's been kind of MO all year, but we got to play hard, and especially a lot of games at home. We want to make sure that regardless of the outcome, as much as we want to win, we got to play hard, and we do that. A lot of games, will come our way, but that's our biggest thing we're asking ourselves right now.
The quality of opportunities, you're out shooting teams in terms of putting those pucks in the net, not off crossbars, goalposts, or into pads. How fine a line is that?
It is. It's some bounces you go your way, some you don't. Sometimes you find the net on a lucky play, and other times goalie comes diving across and takes them away. So it's a very fine line. Game of inches, they say. It really is. Not only putting pucks on net for us, though, we got to make sure we're getting second chances. I think that's another big thing. A lot of goals now are, on those rebounds or getting to net, pucks lying there. So for us, it's, shots are obviously good. Can't score unless you put them on net, and we've done a lot of that this year. But just those second chances, I think, creating a little bit more of those.
In your travels, when you look at the way teams are built, how important is it to have the mix of veteran experience with the young developing guys?
I think it's important. For me, it's the way I was brought up. It was real important. There was always those older guys that looked out and led the way, but at the same time, gave us a knock if we needed to, making sure we're doing right things. It's just, I always felt that you become more of a team that way when everyone's on the same page, when everyone's looking out for each other. Guys will do their things, but as long as we're all accountable to each other, and I found that you're accountable a lot of ways when you've got older guys you're either looking up to or they're helping out by leading by example, but talking at the same time, letting guys know what the right things are and the wrong things.
Is it hard not to think about the trend around the league? It seems like guys your age, even though you're young, are increasingly being pushed aside.
Yeah, that's why it gets tougher. I think the game has changed so much because a lot of the leaders are the guys that are taking the bigger roles are the younger guys, and it definitely changed over the years. Locking up young guys longer terms, early in their careers. So, putting a lot of emphasis on them and a lot of pressure on them to succeed. And sometimes you still need those guys to keep them in line, because a lot of times kids are 23, 24 that given a lot of money and a lot of reign to do things. They're still kids at times. So there's those older figures that, in my experience at least, I think that helps a lot.
When you look at it, how effective can the experience be if it's not at the high end of the pay scale? How there's a hierarchy in a room.
Yeah.
How do you look at that?
Because there's different ways to lead, right? You look at, if we've got, I always looked at it as, you give your respect to the captain, assistants. Those are appointed leaders that should be there for a reason and should be able to show guidance, whatever the situation is. The other time is, a lot of times it's doing it on the ice. So if you're telling somebody, you got to get the puck in or you got to do this or that, and you're not on the ice, you're not playing, then it's tough. What's he going to say? He's going to look at you and be like, why don't you get on the ice first, and then you can talk. So there's that. I think you just got to establish a relationship with those guys. If that's a situation you're in, you talk to them in a different way. It's not about telling guys what to do. It's trying to help out. And I think if that's the message coming across, then sometimes it's taken a little better.